The jury is in. 2021 sucks worse than 2020. However, today is the last day of January. That means we're going to go over Xtreme acquisitions. All the cool crap that I bought in the month of January. And I gotta tell you, there's quite a... Shit. To give back to you guys, the Xtreme channel is giving away this giant Goro statue from PCS for our 20,000 sub giveaway. If you want to know how to win this, I'll tell you a little bit later in this video. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Today is the monthly segment of Xtreme Acquisitions. That's right, this is a monthly segment we've been doing for almost 2 years. It used to be called Why I Went Broke, but a lot of snowflakes cried over that. So this is where we look at the entire month and see all the crap I pissed away money on. Now during this video, we focus on things that are a little bit more high-end. Because if you're a follower of the channel, you know recently we started this segment right here of stupid stuff I buy. So that stuff's not going to be included in today, and we do have an upcoming episode of that very soon. We're going to look at the higher end purchases, and we're going to follow the traditional format. So the first thing we're going to look at is the things that arrived in this month, and we're going to look at my 3 favorites. Then we're going to look at the items I practiced, #Restraint. And finally, we're going to look at all the Xtreme acquisitions. Now this is very different than tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video is Xtreme Expos or Xtreme Arrivals. That is all the upcoming stuff in the next month. So in February 2021, the cool stuff that's happening, the cool collectibles that are arriving. But with no further ado, what is a do, actually? Is this a do? Or is that a do? Thank you. I'm here all week. With no further delaying, let's go ahead and get started and talk about my 3 favorite collectibles that arrived in the month of January. Now, January was supposed to have a ton of stuff arrive, and I can tell you right now as a teaser for tomorrow's video, I think I have 20 things in transit as we speak, plus more that are supposed to ship. But quite a few of the things that were supposed to arrive didn't. However, there were 3 fantastic pieces, so let's count them down. My 3rd favorite piece that arrived was this long sought after Sume Vegeta statue. So Majin Vegeta, it's in my Dragon Ball Z collection. And tomorrow I'm going to give you an announcement about something going on with this that's pretty exciting. Number 2 was XM Studios Doc Ock. Fantastic piece, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man villain they put out to date. And as you guys know, they put out quite a few. But this 1/4 scale statue by XM Studios was my 2nd favorite arrival. Number 1 was kind of a dark horse. Prime 1 Studios Daenerys on Throne. From Game of Thrones right here. I didn't expect to love this as much as I did, but it was definitely my favorite piece that arrived in the month of January. So let's move it along and switch to #Restraint. #Restraint is a term that I coined. Essentially, it's a term that I will use false or real justification not to buy something when I have the means and the ability to do it. There's 2 caveats to this. Caveat number 1 is a lot of the time, the things that I put on the #Restraint list that I wanted to buy this month and I didn't, they end up on the following month's video in acquisitions, and there's a couple this month coming up. And the second thing is, this isn't really as exciting, but I did notice it generates a lot of talk between you guys. So go ahead in the comments below, throw down what you practice #Restraint on for in the month of January, for whatever reason. But this month's list for #Restraint has been like none other. High-end purchases I wanted to make in January that I didn't include nothing. I bought everything I wanted to, which is probably not a good trend. So hopefully I don't repeat it this month, but there was nothing on the #Restraint list, believe it or not. So what did I buy? This is why you tuned in. So I bought quite a few things. A lot of them are collectible related. So really quick, when we talk about those are things that I either purchased and maybe I received them already, or maybe I put down a deposit for a pre-order of something that might come out in anywhere from 6 months to 3 years. Tomorrow, we're actually going to talk about some pieces I've been waiting for more than 3 years for. Now, some Xtreme acquisitions. It's time to go on another trip. So if you're new to the channel, I like to travel. I travel for business, I travel for pleasure. Obviously, the Rona has considerably slowed it down. Well, coming up in a few months is spring break. So we always go out of the country. However, this year it's different because there are all these international travel restrictions. However, we found a kick-ass place to go to. I'm not going to tell you what it is. We dropped a huge deposit, and I will do some live filming from that in March when that hits. Also, tomorrow we're going to talk about another trip that's happening in February. Some other Xtreme purchases is, you know, the world's going to shit, so Mr. X got in trouble with Mrs. X. Mr. X was coming home from work, and on the way home, he stopped somewhere else. And by the time he got home, Mrs. X already knew what was going on. So he had to explain why he was buying more firearms. So Mr. X had to convince Mrs. X, in the third person, which made it incredibly difficult, why they needed another handgun in the house. And he came up with this really elaborate story that because, we have a larger house, we need them hidden everywhere. Because you never know where you're going to be when an intruder comes in. So Mrs. X bought that bullshit line. Well, then at night when he was pulling the shotgun that he bought for her, which she's upset because she thinks it'll blow her through the wall, which it probably will, even though she's freakishly strong. Just complicated things even further. So the first purchase was another 9mm for conceal and carry, because I think both Mr. X and Mrs. X need one, and we only have one small 9mm, now we have two. Then of course this Weatherby for Mrs. X, but it's really for me, because we need a shotgun in case Mr. X has been drinking a lot and my aim's not good, which is a real possibility. So now let's get into the collectibles. Now, as a reminder, all the collectibles that come into the collection, we will do detailed videos on those. Sometimes we do more than one. For example, the Devastator we recently did, we actually made 2 videos out of that. But first I want to kick it off with one that was on the hashtag Restraint list last month. This is Prime One Studios' Brainiac. I didn't want to buy this because of the size. It was simply too big.
Hey, that's what she said.
However, one of my favorite up-and-coming channels, Mint Hunter Comics, did an awesome review on this, and this piece just looks phenomenal. And as you guys saw in my recent room tour, and pretty soon you're going to see a detailed video on just the 1/4 scale DC pieces, I think it'll look awesome right here. So Prime One Studios, Brainiac, should be shipping anytime soon. I paid it in full. Another one, you guys know I purchased this because I launched a video on it. So I got a decent deal on Sume Vegeta. Awesome piece. So happy to have him in my collection. It's great with my DBZ pieces. And again, you'll see an announcement about that tomorrow. From the video of statues that I'm not going to buy, I actually ended up buying one as well. I ended up buying the Dream Figures Lycan. So I didn't get it from Sideshow, so I'm really iffy on this one. Their mummy that they made is fantastic, and I hope this will be the same. So I even have a spot reserved for this particular piece, but should be arriving because I do have tracking for this. Very excited. Love werewolves. I also bought XM Studios Soundwave. As you know, I have their Starscream and I have some other ones on order. Could not resist this one. Soundwave was an integral part of me growing up. I love this generation one with the modern twist version on it. Next piece that'll be coming is this guy right here. So I actually already had purchased this, but they reached out to me and they said, hey, for a little bit extra money, do you want this early? We'll send you the prototype. This group has done this before. I said absolutely. So I paid a little bit more. I paid it in full, and this will be coming to the collection. It's fully painted, the prototype. This is just the teaser picture for you guys. This custom Mr. Sinister piece. Another piece, so this is a custom. It's a private unlicensed commission. And again, I'm just showing you a stock photo here because this one I'm not allowed to share. I always want to respect the commissioner's wishes, but I bought a 1/4 scale Pyro. Got to add it to my X-Men collection. A lot of you guys know that is my favorite part of my collection. Really excited to have him. Yes, Mrs. X will be painting him. Another custom piece, a Super Scroll. I've been looking for one of these for a long time. If you missed my room tour, I actually talked about the Fantastic Four section, so this is where he's going to go. I actually bought some Maja cases as well to kind of add to that area. So the Super Scroll and the Maja cases will be added to that Fantastic Four section. Another teaser for you. All I'm going to say is this might be on the Stupid Stuff I Bought video, and it might have something to do with autographed memorabilia. Not only this piece right here, but this piece. Again, I'm kind of teasing, and if you watch these videos in the past, then you have a good idea of what is actually coming in. These are actually in transit right now. Of course, like most of you, I fell subject to the Gem Mint video of the Prime One Studios Grim Knight. I promised myself I wouldn't buy any more of the Prime One metal statues, even though I love the Batman Who Laughs. But I went ahead and I got the bonus version of the Grim Knight statue. Another custom piece is this Watcher. Also going to go with the Fantastic Four collection for obvious reasons. Really excited about this. He actually has a switch-out head that's Stan Lee as well. So very excited to get this piece. It just went up for PO, so it'll probably be a long time before it gets here. Now, if you didn't think buying all that shit was extreme, wait until you look at the last one. The most extreme statue, of course, the Justice Buster from Prime One Studios is coming to the Xtreme collection. The ultimate version. Initially was only going to get the Justice Buster himself, but I listened to the Batman statue collector's advice. Might as well as go all out. So I ordered this guy from Comic Concepts, who's now kind of my go-to for a lot of Prime One Studios stuff. Cannot wait to have this in the collection, even though it's not going to come for 18 to 24 months. And I'm scared to death of the shipping bill on it. And hell, by then, we might be in a world war, so who knows. To win this Goro statue, first thing you got to do is make sure you've liked this video, you've actually subscribed to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification. Second thing is leave a comment below, and make sure it's a witty, entertaining, or funny comment. Because when we hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to pick a random video, and the comment that has the most likes on it will be the winner of this Goro statue. So make sure your comment is entertaining to others and entertaining to Mr. X. Because if I like it, I'm actually going to pin it to the tops to help you get more likes. Now my favorite part of the video is when you guys comment on any Xtreme acquisitions you had. Also make sure to hit that thumbs up on the way out. I don't know why I'm talking funny, but I feel normal. And I haven't been drinking yet. I'm going to go start right now. Talk to you tomorrow.